Good morning, I'm Lindi, Zulu. Welcome to our Wednesday, 29th of June edition of GMNC. We're streaming from the beautiful Lamontan Resort based here in Ballito. Before we get to the exciting stuff, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to the Hair Shack, Puza Water and Lamontan for being our morning show sponsors.
Good morning and welcome to your weather for today, brought to you by Victory Surf. Today will be pleasant with plenty of sunshine with a high of 22 degrees and a low of 11 degrees. The real feel will be 24 degrees and the real feel shade 21 degrees. We have an east-southeasterly wind at 7 kilometers per hour and wind gusts at 18 kilometers per hour. The sunrise will be at 6:50 a.m. and the sunset at 5:07 p.m. Also 0% chance of showers today. Joburg partly sunny with a high of 15 degrees and a low of 2 degrees. Pretoria sunshine and patchy clouds with a high of 17 degrees and a low of 4 degrees. And then Cape Town pleasantly warm with a full day of sunshine with a high of 23 degrees and a low of 13 degrees. Next up will be your surf report brought to you by Deon Bossman.
Good morning, Ballito, and welcome to a chilly Wednesday morning. And it's absolutely cooking on the beaches this morning. Solid 4-5 feet swell, and it's the start of the Ballito Pro. So get down to the main beach. The Ballito Pro is brought to you by O'Neill, and you can check the webcams as well in Ballito on Ocean Eye. Going to be the start of the contest today, and the country's top surfers from local South African beaches as well as some international competitors will be down at the beach showing you how to do some turns out there. Enjoy your day at the beach, guys. Beautiful day to be there. Light offshore breezes most of the day.
Welcome back. I'm sitting with Tony and a usual daily inspiration segment. Tony, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good, thank you. How are you doing, Lindi?
I'm fantastic, thank you. So what are we talking about today and what do you have to share with us?
Okay, this morning I want to talk about upgrades.
Okay.
And you know, we all get so excited when we have to upgrade our phones, we're upgrading our cars, we're upgrading the house, and upgrading our career, and you know, adding more qualifications to our names. We get so excited about that.
Of course.
The reality is, how excited do we get about upgrading ourselves internally, our mental state?
Okay.
And that's what I want to talk about this morning. We've been through so much in the past few years, and it either could have got us stuck in a place or got us out of a rut.
Yes.
And I want to just illustrate this with the use of my clock here.
Okay.
All right. So if we're looking at the two needles being at number 12, that's the point where we are born.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
And as life moves on, we're actually moving away from 12, slowly but surely. We're moving away from there, and we're moving slowly towards 6. Right. Now, when we get to 6, Lindi, that's the point we are furthest away from our authentic self, from our pure, genuine self. Because when we are born, we're not born with any experiences. We're not born with any ideas. We're genuinely open-minded about everything.
True.
Right?
Yes.
So what happens is that this is where I want to talk about where people are stuck at this number 6.
Okay.
They feel that I wish time would go back. I wish the clock could go back. And it doesn't. So that's what happens with so many people, because they're stuck in this thinking that I wish I could go back to the good old days, or I wish I could go back to, you know, doing something differently. But the point is we cannot. So I want to encourage our viewers that you have permission today to move forward.
Fantastic.
Right? Is to move forward and get into the area where you start becoming more conscious of who you are, aware of who you are, and start living that life that you potentially have to live for. Okay? And how do we do that?
Yes. How do we
And
move
the
forward?
point about it, I'm going to share some very simple tips.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
And I know that many of the viewers have actually heard this a million times before. But I want to ask them today to make a commitment, make a committed decision that will follow at least 2 or 3 of my suggestions.
Okay,
right?
let's hear them.
And a simple thing like when those who struggle to get up in the morning,
Yeah.
right? And you want to do something extra in the morning, which is the best time to do it,
Yeah.
set your alarm clock or your cell phone away from the bed, further
Okay.
away from the bed. So that it means that when the alarm goes off, you've got to get
You
up
have to get up.
to switch it off. Because when you got it on the side next to you, you keep putting on the snooze
Yeah.
button for the next 10
Yes.
minutes. That's one thing. The other thing, again, it's so simple, but drink water regularly.
Yes.
Our body is made up of 70% of water, and what we tend to do is we drink water only when we are thirsty. And then we're also so busy drinking other beverages,
Yeah.
which are,
Yes.
it's okay, but not as healthy as water.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
The other thing we need to look at is when we do a to-do list,
Okay.
put on that list something that you do for yourself personally in the day,
All right, that's interesting.
right? Like make a healthy smoothie.
Okay.
Phone mom or phone your child or phone your dad. Make that part of the daily routine that you'd follow so that it's not only just work,
Yes,
and you're
yes.
exhausted by the time you have
Yes.
to leave the office, right?
Yes.
So put that into your schedule as well.
Okay.
Another very common thing that we look at often is time management. But I want to suggest something else,
Okay.
task management,
Okay.
right? Rather than
Interesting.
time management.
Yes.
Manage tasks, right? And look at completing tasks as best as possible, not with the time constraint as such,
Yeah.
right? So that you
Yeah.
do the best you can in
Yeah.
the time you have.
There's nothing more fulfilling than ticking off a task.
Yes.
Looking at your book and knowing that you've ticked off 10 out of 20.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So when you tick off, you actually feel so good that you've achieved something.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
So you haven't been just busy
Yeah,
doing nothing, and
yeah.
you actually can't tick off so
Yes.
much on
Yeah.
that box. The other thing that I'm very passionate about, and I've always said this on the shows previously as well, is start a gratitude journal.
Yes, okay.
You know, for every day, write down 3 or 5 things that you're grateful
Yeah.
for, right, throughout the course of the day. You may have had a pretty difficult day, but along the day, someone gave you a piece of chocolate to eat, right? Be grateful for
Yes.
that. At least you had
Sure.
that moment of joy where you
Yeah.
can enjoy that piece
Yeah.
of chocolate. So things like that. Because the more often you're grateful for what you have, Lindi, you will
Yes.
start attracting greater things in your
Okay.
life.
Okay.
So all of this put together is going to give you an opportunity to move from the situation where you think you're in a rut, you're stuck. Very often we also think that, listen, you know, the good old days are gone, there's nothing else I can look
Yeah,
forward
yeah.
to, you know, life sucks, and it's not supposed to be like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Opportunities are literally knocking on the door every day.
Yes, it's how you see them. And
Yes.
if you're going out and making opportunities for yourself.
Yeah. So grab these opportunities and start something new. Like, you know, read a book, connect with people that will really inspire you
Yeah.
and motivate you to get to another level. And the viewers are welcome to connect with me. You know, we can always have a chat over a cup of coffee, which they'll pay for. But that's what it is all about. Connect with people that are going to take you to a better place. So
Okay.
that they add value to your life as you add value to other people's lives as well.
That's so
my
profound.
message for this morning.
That is so profound, Tony. Thank you so much for sharing that. So it's about getting yourself unstuck,
Yes.
setting small tasks every
Yes,
day,
yes.
and making sure that you go out there and seek new opportunities.
Yeah. And
Fantastic.
the last thing I want to say, Lindi,
Yeah.
is that it has to be consistently done.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Repetition is sometimes boring, but it is
Yeah.
absolutely powerful.
Okay.
Because the subconscious mind loves repetition. When it is constantly given the same message that I'm awesome, I'm fabulous, I'm incredible, it will continue to attract that kind of qualities in your life.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tony. Lovely having you again, as always.
Great, great.
We'll see you after the ad break.
Many of us have witnessed the destruction and devastation brought on by someone's addiction to drugs, alcohol, gambling, over-the-counter medication, etc. The destruction continues until professional help is sought. However, failure to do so can result in either being admitted to a psychiatric facility, sentenced to imprisonment, or eventual death. This is the stark reality of addiction. My name is Tony Subramony. I am a qualified social worker and I specialize in addiction counseling services to individuals, couples, and families. I am an ex-alcoholic, having been sober for the past 32 years. I am also a certified AcuDetox specialist. AcuDetox refers to the auricular acupuncture It is a 5-point acupuncture protocol specifically designed to help those struggling with substance abuse. Contrary to popular belief, the opposite of addiction is not only about sobriety. It is more to do with having a connection. First and foremost, the connection is with oneself and then with the world. Recovery from addiction is an inward journey. I often refer to recovery as an inside job. As you embark upon this inward journey, you eventually become willing and comfortable to connect with the outer world. You get to understand and accept the fact that you do not need any mood-altering chemicals to make you feel good on the inside. All you seek is within you. This bodes well for long-term abstinence from drugs and alcohol as well. Addiction is not about the pleasurable effects of substances. It is about the user's inability to connect in healthy ways with other human beings and with himself or herself. In other words, addiction is not a substance disorder, it is a social disorder. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, I encourage you to give me a call on 081 533 6565. 081 533 6565. Saving lives one day at a time.
Welcome back to our viewers at home. I'm sitting with Neville from Ndlondlo Reptile Park. Neville, fantastic to see you again, as always.
Oh, thank you, Lindi. How you been?
I've been good. So I see today you don't have any friends or guests with you.
Yeah, well, not in completion.
Okay.
You're a bit like me, arriving a bit at a time, you know.
What do you have for us today?
I brought along some dentistry.
Okay.
You know, there's this weird idea that people have about snake dentistry.
Okay.
You know, and I've been, with the holiday period, I've been chatting to a number of different people.
Yes.
And one of the things that people come up with, and everybody's got their own snake story that they tell you, you know.
Sure.
And they tell you that, oh, they were on this hike,
Yeah.
and they finished the hike, and
Yes.
after about 20 minutes, they started feeling bad, and then they discovered they'd been bitten by a snake.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking
Yeah.
to myself, yeah, sure, right.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't work.
Okay.
And so just to do a little bit of explaining about snake dentistry and why snakes in fact have dentistry.
Okay.
And so, okay, what I've got here with me is the jaws of a young southern python,
Okay.
southern African python. So the top and the bottom jaw, and there you can see it
Yes.
quite clearly. There's a
Okay.
lot of teeth there.
Yes.
And I know that viewers are going to say, but that is a harmless snake. It doesn't have venom anyway, but you would feel that going into you. All right, certainly you would.
Yeah.
And then to understand why snakes have teeth,
Yes.
it's
Let's
not
unpack.
just to bite with.
Okay.
This is his knife and his fork. Right?
To
So
digest
snakes
food,
need to
yeah.
swallow things that are many times the size of
Yeah.
their head.
True. Okay.
Right? And in order to do that, they need a peculiar type of dentistry.
Okay.
So what you see is at the top jaw,
Yes.
and sorry, there is a top jaw. the top jaws aren't physically joined. So
Okay.
rather just show all 4 components.
All right.
There they are in different parts.
Okay.
And you can see that neither of the jaws are fully joined.
And why is
So
that?
it's a lot of loose parts sort of sitting around there.
Okay.
And the bottom jaw is peculiar because that is the chief alignment tool.
Okay.
If you're going to swallow something that's bigger than your head,
Yeah.
you need to make sure it goes straight.
Okay.
So the whole idea is the snake opens his mouth,
Sure.
pushes over the nose of his prey item, and
Yes.
at that point you can still push over.
Right.
Then once he gets to this point and he wants to swallow something,
Yeah.
he's got to swing this jaw and hook the top teeth in.
Okay.
Then he's going to swing this way and he's going to hook the top teeth in.
What a science. Okay.
But now what's happening is that this prey item is going like a snake down
Sure.
the passage.
Yes.
And it needs a way of aligning it.
All right.
So what they've done, excuse me, frog my throat, the 2 bottom jaws can shift independently. So, sorry, they shift independently. So
Yeah.
you've got the 2 bottom jaws sitting like this.
All right.
And one of the chief things that allow them to swallow big things is that it's not joined in front.
It's open.
So these can separate from
Oh,
each
wow.
other,
All right.
as well as they separate from the top jaw.
Okay.
So that allows for a big space
Okay.
to
Okay.
go through. But as the left-hand side of the top jaw goes forward, he sticks this right-hand bottom forward,
All right.
and that hooks in. So now it's hooked in diagonally.
Okay.
And when it swings the other way, both of them are pulling back,
All right.
and diagonally they're going forward on top again, and they hook in again.
Sure.
And this is this thing, and it keeps the prey going straight.
Okay. Straight into the.
Straight.
Okay. All right.
The question now comes, and people say, but what about the venomous snakes?
Yes.
They've only got 2 teeth.
All
No, they
right.
don't.
Okay.
For the viewers, there's a picture to have a look at.
All right.
A mamba skull,
Yes.
and you can clearly see the venom fangs, and you can see this amazing array of hooked teeth that are designed
Yeah.
to swallow with.
And do they get larger, their teeth, as depending on the size of the snake, obviously?
Yes, obviously. You know, this was
Yeah.
only a very small little snake. I mean,
Yeah.
its head was only that size.
Okay.
So that'll show you that that is a small little snake.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you're talking about a python with the size of your hand,
Yeah.
of my hand, a head at the size of my hand,
Yeah.
there's a big set of teeth there.
Big set of teeth there.
There's a big set of teeth there.
Yeah.
And then just as a matter of interest, or as a point of interest, I also brought another piece of dentistry with me.
Okay.
And this is from a medium-sized gaboon adder. This is the venom fang.
Okay.
I mean, even a mosquito bite is
You feel it.
irritating. You feel
You
it,
feel
you
it.
know.
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah.
being bitten by a snake or not knowing,
It's impossible.
no.
Okay. Okay. All right. That's very interesting, Neville. I like the shape or the direction that the teeth, I don't know what to call it, are sort of shaped. Is there a
Yeah.
science behind that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they like fish hooks.
Yes.
They're designed to grab hold of and
Yeah.
hold on to prey.
Yeah.
And then you can't pull something if the teeth are pointing forward.
Yeah. Okay.
So they need to be pointing back in order
Okay,
to
so
be
like
able to
hook
get
on.
a grip.
Okay.
And that's the whole science behind that.
All right. That's awesome. Thank you. Is there anything else that you want to share with our viewers, and what else can we look forward to next week?
Wow. Next week, I don't know, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
As it happens, we'll see what happens during this week.
Yes.
And at this point, I'm picking up bits of interest that I'm getting from the tours,
Okay.
and seeing what people are really thinking.
Yes.
You know, when you're in the business and you know the full broad stuff, you tend to forget what Mr. Average out there
No, it's true.
knows,
Yeah.
and what he's curious about, and so on. And so much of what we give you guys on this
Yeah.
platform comes from questions that
That's
we've had
informative. That's
and
really awesome.
interactions that we've had. Yeah.
That's informative. That's really awesome. Thank you. School holidays, How it's busy.
Pumping.
It's pumping.
Pumping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any special programs that you're hosting?
It's the usual
The
thing.
usual.
Come and have your fun. Come take your photograph with the snake. Come and learn something new.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Neville. To our mums and dads at home, please do take your kids to Ndlondlo Reptile Park to learn all things about reptiles. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back to all our viewers. We've got something sweet for you right now. I'm sitting with Thomas from Shake Shop from Ballito. Hi, Thomas.
Hi, Lindi. How are you today?
Good, thanks. So tell us about what's been happening, or what is Shake Shop firstly?
Well, Shake Shop was a concept that took over from the UK. It was milkshakes by the beach. That was the whole thing. And now I've started to expand. So in my last interview, I spoke about the van and how that's going, and that I wanted to do a shop in every town from here to Cape Town.
Great.
So the second shop is opening, which is the start. It's opening here at Lamontan. It's going to be servicing the Lamontan guests and guests on the promenade. So there's a little hatch to serve all the guests on the promenade.
Okay, what's on the menu?
Well, it's going to be predominantly shakes, but I'm introducing coffee. I'm going to have waffles, smoothies, and a few snacks to go, just to nibble on. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's predominantly ice cream and milkshakes. That's my main focus.
And when are you taking occupation at Lamontan?
Well, I've started. Everything's going up at the moment, so I'm hoping to open this week, just before the big Ballito Pro that's coming on.
Yeah. Any lovely recipes or interesting?
Yes. Well, I'm reworking the menu at the moment. So I wanted to do 101 flavors, but now I've decided to do just a few flavors and then add a build your own, so you can make your own flavors and play with it that way, and that will give me my 101 flavors so people can just play around with it.
That's lovely.
So they're going to be able to build their own milkshakes, their own waffles, their own pancakes, all their own sort of stuff, sundaes and all that sort of thing.
There's a couple of people that are lactose intolerant, some people that are vegan. Do you cater for all
I
kinds
will be
of...
catering for that. I will
Okay.
have sugar-free, dairy-free sorbets, all those things coming in through to the shop. So you'll be able to be vegan. All my coffees, I am going to provide oat milk or almond milk or, you know, the different nut milks or plant milks as they're called nowadays.
Awesome. So we're not going to be counting calories when we
don't have to,
definitely.
no.
Are you going to have a big opening special promo when you?
I'm looking at it, but I want to. Well, first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to test the waters a bit, see what the responses are, and then I'll be throwing a little promo and opening special. Yeah, but I do want to do a couple of days of trial runs, especially now with the Ballito Pro. It's going to be massive, and you know, so I'll let that finish, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, Thomas, how can people get a hold of you?
So there's a few ways. They can call me. They can visit our website, www.theshakeshop.co.za, or through Facebook or Instagram or social media. There's obviously those ones there. If they want to contact me, they can contact me at 074 580 1157. That's my personal number. And yeah, with the van, we've been doing a lot of functions. So if they want birthday parties or that, I bring the van round, make some ice creams, see the smile on kids' faces.
That's lovely. So if you have a birthday party, they can call you up and you can serve ice cream, waffles,
milkshakes. the whole
Milkshakes.
nine yards, yeah.
Awesome. I love that idea. Thank you so
problem.
much.
Thank you very much.
Thomas, it's been great having you on the show.
Thank you.
We
thank
look
you.
forward to seeing you at Lamontan in the next couple of days.
Yeah, and come down for a milkshake. Everybody must come down. And
Definitely do.
enjoy either an ice cream or a milkshake. It's something
There's
to
always
see.
room for a milkshake and waffles.
Of course. That's crazy.
Well, we'll see you after the ad break.
You like it? Voda paint.
You like queuing to pay electricity?
Don't think so. Voda paint.
Wait, so I can use it?
Even if I'm on another network. Vodapay.
Off to do the monthly
Shopping. It's done.
Really?
Yeah, Coco.
And we get rewards.
You like sending and receiving money now? How about when the combos communicate?
Vodapay it. You like good times with friends? Vodapay!
Introducing Vodapay, the one app for anything and everything. Like it, Vodapay it.
Welcome back to our viewers at home. I'm sitting with Gori from Kwadakuza Football Club. Gori, welcome to BTV.
Thank you so much, Lindi.
Tell us about the football club, tell us what you've been up to, and let our viewers at home know what it's all about.
Well, Kwadakuza Football Club is a new initiative that I started off. I think so with all the breakthroughs that I've been through many clubs over the years.
Okay.
I finally decided to name a club after my hometown.
Okay.
The reason being is over the years, being in the Soccer Development Academy,
Yes.
I've decided to get youngsters and youths from within the community to join one club. So the whole idea is the club will represent Stanger Kwadakuza
Okay.
as a club based on numerous kind of personalities from different areas of different wards. So besides having an individual club and an individual academy, so the whole idea and the concept here was trying to get the best of the best from Kwadakuza
Okay.
and make them play together in one club.
All right.
And they will represent Stanger or Kwadakuza. So yeah, that's the whole thing.
So it's age groups from...
Well, the academy development stage starts from the ages of 4, right, up
Wow.
to 17.
All right.
So I've been training kids for the last 20 years in soccer skills development, and I got my own club in Stanger, which is an individual club which represents the club itself and plays the other clubs within the community.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, what I've decided to do now is basically take our club into a more different we want it to progress in comparison to other towns. We want our town to progress, so I handpick individuals from different clubs.
All right.
And I create Kwadakuza Football Club.
Earlier on you were mentioning to me that there's 3 different programs. Do you want to maybe share about that?
I've got another program which is called Keep for 24. Keep for 24 is a multi-sport program. It's a multi-sport academy. Well, growing up in a town where there is limited amount of sporting codes, so I've expanded it in such a way that I offer 10 codes of sport. And every year I expand myself.
All right.
See, over my years of studying sport and training under different coaches, I've realized that not every child is capable of doing a certain sport. So I want them to be able to have passion in what they do, not just play sport for the sake of playing sport, but have passion in what they're doing. And so this is early development stages, so what I do is offer it to schools. So I go to schools in the morning and I offer them 10 different codes of sport per year.
All right.
And based on that, I as a coach, can analyze them for the entire year, and I develop them in such a way that at certain stage, a parent will tell me, hey, what do you think my child is capable of? And I'll explain to them, you know what, your child might be good in basketball or he's good in table tennis. So you don't push them to play something that they're not interested in, because then they lack interest, and when they come at the ages of 17, 18, they become bored and they don't have anything to do.
Okay.
So by the ages of 10, they're already equipped to play whichever sport they're passionate about, and they'll give it their all.
That's fantastic.
That's Keep for 24. It's a very interesting, unique program, from the drills to the techniques. So remember, every sport you play, you use different muscles.
Yes.
You don't use the same muscles. And your techniques used are different. So I wouldn't say when you're training for basketball, you'll be able to play volleyball, because there's so many different maneuvers and movements that you have to do. So I train each sport individually, and I try to equip the child as to the best of my ability, the techniques and drills that needed for that particular sport.
What is in terms of the sports that you train on, what are you seeing an uptake on?
I've noticed that a lot of, well, I got females and males. Recently, I started hockey in Stanger, which Stanger is not too familiar with.
Yes.
And I saw a lot of kids taking interest in hockey, taking interest in basketball as well, because they're not used to basketball. We used to play volleyball. So they find it fun to just tap the ball, you know. So, you know, it's fun when you're training kids, because everything is new for them and they're curious. Their mind is developing.
For sure.
So they're curious they want to try out everything, and it's developing.
Okay.
I started also kickboxing because I've been coached for kickboxing, and I trained for many years to become a kickboxer. So I included that into my program.
Yeah.
And besides kickboxing, I've got a private session which is called Tone Your Body.
Okay.
That is for females, and it includes kickboxing, it includes drills, it includes this high intensity kind of training, boot camp style. So I mix a variety of things, make it fun, make it enjoyable, so that when a person comes over there, it's all about motivating them. Remember, every body is different.
Yes.
Every
yes.
mindset is different.
True.
So you have to incorporate all these things here when you're training somebody, because someone might want to train, but because of demotivation or no inspiration, they don't want to train. So you make it such that the body will be able to cope with the training sessions, and then gradually they'll get addicted to that sessions, and then they'll keep on joining you and keeping fit.
Fantastic. It sounds like you're very busy, which is always great. But back to the football club, how can parents get in touch with you if they're interested in signing up their kids?
Well, I have social media platforms. They can contact me on my social media platforms, the Fitness Guy SA.
Fitness Guy SA.
The Fitness Guy SA.
Awesome.
Yes, that's the name I've been called from the young age, TFG. They call me the Fitness Guy.
Okay.
So Fitness Guy SA, or on my Facebook pages, on Instagram.
All right.
Because I have a variety of sporting codes that are available.
Yes.
Kwadakuza Football Club is just a new initiative which I started recently.
Yes.
And they can contact me on my phone on number 079-128-1151, or check out my Facebook pages, Ismail Gori. I've got the pages, Kwadakuza Football Club and the Fitness Guy SA, so they can contact me at any time. And yeah, that's what it's all about.
Awesome. Just out of interest, are you a football player as well?
Oh yes, I love football. I was a football fanatic from very young age. I played almost 4 leagues.
Okay.
So while I was growing up, I played futsal, I played indoor soccer, I played outdoor ball. So there's a variety of, because every soccer, when it comes to soccer, these different forms of football. You play outdoor ball, you play futsal, you play astro. So the different concepts, how can I say, different rulings. So an outdoor player might not excel in AstroTurf, or Astro player might not excel in outdoor or futsal, because different rules, different ways of plays. So I train kids to play all different types of football. So it enables them, if they play in futsal, they'll be able to play outdoor. So yeah, so it's an interesting concept, and because I've been playing for many leagues over the years, and I've gained the experience, I started playing from a very young age at a high level. So I took this initiative and want to give it back to my community, Kwadakuza.
That's great, yes.
And I want to be an inspiration to the youth from our community. I want to develop them in this particular sport, because it's the most common and most watched sport on earth. And you get raw talent within your communities, and I just want to be that person who harnesses on this talent. And who knows, maybe one child from our community can make it to Italy or English football. That's a win-win for me. Even if I get one child from the entire community, just to represent Stanger at high-level football, that would be my form of success.
That's big. Gori, thank you so much. We love this initiative. We're wishing you all the best.
Thank you.
Hoping that our viewers will definitely get in touch with you. It's really lovely to have someone who's got the experience and who's willing to coach and show people that it can be done. So wishing you all the best,
Nothing is impossible. That's what I believe. If you give it your all, you do that hard work, the little bit of hard work, and then you'll see people will progress in life.
Thank you. It's been lovely having you this morning. Thank you. We'll see you guys after the ad break.
Simply Models KZN is a unique modelling and finishing school based in the heart of Ballito. Classes are available to both boys and girls from 3 years and older, with the focus being on developing confidence and building a positive self-image. Weekly classes take place at the beautiful Relax Inn, where students are guaranteed to have fun and are often pampered and spoilt with hand and nail treatments while learning about hygiene and self-care. The makeup and hair classes are hits amongst the girls, and this learning is taken further with them being taught how to dress according to their body shapes. Etiquette and manners form part of the learning, as does posture and poise. And the Simply Models team are always incredibly proud to see their models walk with confidence when they take part in fashion shows and events. The best part of the classes offered is the lasting friendships that are formed. Get in touch with Simply Models today by calling 064 379 5663.
Welcome back, guys. I'm sitting with Sean and Tereza from Chilega Credit to talk about all things money. Sean, Tereza, welcome to GMNC.
Thank you for having us.
Tell us about Chilega Credit.
So Chilega Credit is our new department, which Sean is heading up, and I work with Sean in that department. And we have an amazing service that we offer companies a partnership to outsource their staff loans.
Okay, that sounds fantastic. And you've been around for such a long time as well, which is great. That's great. Okay, and how much do you lend companies, and what are the repayment terms?
So currently our loans start at 500 Rand and the maximum amount is 8,000, and the terms are from 1 month to 6 months.
In terms of the loan process, how does that work out for companies?
So our loan process is very simple and fully automated. Once we are in partnership with a company, a company will have an employee code which their employees will be able to apply for. They will apply for it online on our web-based application. They'll upload their details, including the ID and payslip. There is no physical cash handled. Once everything is processed, and including employment verification and affordability checks, they will then get their loan payout via EFT or e-wallet.
Okay, love the sound of e-wallet. It seems like a quick and seamless process.
It's very simple, and like I said, no cash is handled, so it's very safe and very convenient as well, because the employee doesn't have to leave their place of work to go stand in queues, or the cost of transport to get somewhere.
And in terms of repayment, who does the repayment? Is that the employee or the employer?
So typically, Lindi, when we partner up with the company, we ask the employer to deduct the funds for us and pay it over to us. But it's admin free. We handle all of the administration. So currently, how it might work is a company might already do loans for their staff where they've got the process, but it's not working. You know, it's a lot of admin for them. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of strain on their cash flow if they are doing staff loans for their staff. So all of that, the entire admin process is handled by us.
That's fantastic. So you basically work with your HR managers within the organization and help to facilitate this process, right? Okay, cool. What are some of the benefits that companies can get from partnering with you?
So Lindi, so the reality is currently is that I think everyone at some stage of their life needs money, whether it's a small loan, whether it's a big loan, whether it's for something, an emergency. The option is where to turn. So some people are fortunate enough to be able to go into the bank and apply for a loan, and some people can borrow from mom or dad or whatever it might be. But unfortunately, a lot of the middle to lower income sector of South Africa aren't that fortunate. So they need to turn somewhere. So a lot of them, in desperation, they turn to unregistered lenders, guys that are in it for profit. All they want to do is make money, and they're not the interest of their client is non-existent. We come from a completely different angle. Our angle, I mean, our core value is lend for need, not for greed. So we do a proper affordability calculation on the employee to make sure that we don't get them into debt and over indebted. We're fully registered, we're fully compliant with we handle all the legislation. Like I've mentioned, we do all of the administration. And the best part about it for the employee is that he doesn't have to leave the workplace. He can apply at any time, any place. He can sit at home and he can apply for a loan. So there's a lot of confidentiality. No one wants to be seen standing in the bank underneath the queue that says loans, or no one wants to be seen walking in or out of a loan shop. So now it's 100% confidential. If you can send an SMS or a WhatsApp, you can apply for a loan. You can literally sit with your phone, punch in a few numbers, submit your application, and I could, for example, if Tereza applied for a loan right now, she would go through the process, which takes 5 minutes. It would be sent up to our head office, who do the necessary verifications, and depending on how busy we are, we definitely pay out within 24 hours, but sometimes it's within a few hours. Tereza might be able to walk out from here, walk to the nearest ATM, and draw the cash immediately. So it's paperless. You sign on the device. There's no all sorts. Get this document, get that document. And then for the employer, there's also a lot of benefits. You know, a disgruntled, a financially stressed employee is not going to perform at his best. You know, it can lead to all sorts of things. It can lead to absenteeism. It can lead to sometimes theft or corruption. Substance abuse. You know, guys will do desperate things. It's not in their nature, but when they're financially pushed into a corner, they're going to do desperate things. So here's an opportunity. Our loan is extremely affordable. You know, we did our homework. We looked around. We said, let's come up with the cheapest product, or as cheap as possible, and we did. And then we said, instead of making these people leave the work, go and get all these documents, stand in the queue at the lenders, let's make it easy for them. Then we said one step further, let's let it be as easy as possible for the company, the employer. You know, typically an employer would want to look after the welfare of their staff. You know, a happy employee is going to be a productive employee. We have another saying, happy employee, productive company. And that's really true. So, yeah, it is a bit cliche and it's a bit funny, but it's real. You know, if you've got a team of staff that are financially stressed, they've been exploited, they're in debt, they're not going to function at their best. Whereas if they've got a loan that's affordable, the affordability assessment has been done, they're comfortable, it's transparent. We have over 80% of our customers return to us at some stage, you know, so it's not as though they bounce off us once and they're not happy with the service. When they need us, we're available and they come back to us. Yeah, and it's also nice from an employer's perspective to be able to say to your staff, guys, you know what, I care about your well-being. We're going to partner up with Chileka. These guys are going to look after your finances for you.
Sean, tell me a bit more about your product. Is it a one-size-fits-all, or do you customize it per different client?
Okay, so one of the things that gives us a great competitive edge is that the company that we've partnered with, Modality Apps, can build the app the way we ask them to. So it's definitely not a one-size-fits-all. So how it would work is we would come to your company, we would understand your needs as an employer, the needs of your staff, then we will go back, build the product according to the way you want it. So it's definitely not a one-size-fits-all. So if you set certain limits or certain parameters, we will build it that way. So effectively, the loan product that we are going to implement is the one that you've shown us. We'll do it together, but there's not a, this is how we do it and you'll fit in with us. It's definitely not that. That's one of the greatest things. So we'll build it the way that you want. It's very moldable and it's quick. The turnaround time is extremely simple to make the simple change.
Like we said, it is a partnership around fully customizable products.
So I'm looking at your logo, it's lovely, and I really want to know, I'm super keen to know, how did the name Chileka come about?
So Chileka is actually a Zulu word that means borrow. Yes. And our CEO, who, like I said, our company is nearly 20 years old, started from one little room, just with a piece of paper handwritten outside that says, need a loan, inquire within. And that's how it started. It was started with 100 Rand at the time, and then how it grew into numerous branches all over KZN. And obviously with his experience, he also used to be a farmer in the Midlands area and is very fluent in isiZulu, so he understands how to communicate
Jelega is not just about money, but it's also let me help you and the solutions that you bring or offer to your clients as well.
And that's why our slogan for Jelega Credit is helping your employees make ends meet.
That's awesome. So how do people get in touch with you? Where do they get a hold of you?
So we have a website, www.jelega.co.za, where you can find out more about our company. And we, on the tab that says outsourced staff loans, it gives you a lot more information on there as well about our specific department. There's also a request a demo for your company form that they can fill out, and then we'll get an email, we'll contact you, and we'll set up an appointment over a cup of coffee and tell you more about exactly what we do and go into the finer details of the process. We also have a Facebook page, a LinkedIn page, which they can also follow us on.
Okay, great.
And just call us.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you'd like to add to our viewers?
Lindi, what I'd like to say is that if you're a business owner and you are struggling with an existing staff loan system that you're running with, it's causing too much admin, we'd love to talk to you and help you. If you are an HR or business owner who's getting requests from your staff and you're not able to help them, we'd love to help you. Or if you're an employee and you're working at a company and you can't get a loan anywhere and you don't want to be exploited by the unregulated informal lenders that are really charging ridiculous rates, talk to your boss, ask your boss or your HR company to get hold of us. There's absolutely no obligation. We would love to just come and talk to you, show us what we can offer you, and we can take it from there. But we have a solution. With the 9 companies that have signed up, we are growing at a nice rate, and we're growing because what we have works.
Okay, fantastic. So anyone can reach out to you, you can come and do a demo presentation, and then you can basically take it from there.
Anytime.
Awesome. Thank you for coming on the show. It was lovely to chat to you and learn all things about Jelega. Wishing you the best of luck with everything that you're doing going forward.
Thank you, Lindi.
Thank you
for
Lindi.
having
Thanks
us.
very much.
Awesome. We'll see you after the ad break.
Hello again from Under Construction with Chapman Building. Today Jason's going to be explaining to us more about their finishing services. Hi Jason, how are you doing?
Hey man, it's nice to see you again.
And you, so what have you got on today's agenda?
Right, so today we're going to talk about finishing. So for those that don't know, in the building industry, that's obviously the thing that happens last. So finishing involves all of the detailing, all the cosmetics that you see with the house. So once the wet works and all the bulk works are done, wet works being all your plaster, brickwork and all of that, and then bulk works also then being your ceiling, and getting the space ready for the finishing to begin.
And the finishing is the pretty stuff, the stuff that the wives love doing.
Absolutely.
And where all the money goes.
Yes, correct. So I've always said that working in the building industry requires you to have a marriage counseling degree as well as Psychology 101. And it's mainly this stage of the project that you're going to find the need to have those skills. Because yes, the wives certainly do enjoy it, but by this time the husbands traditionally have spent way more than they originally anticipated or desired, and now they're eating into the wife's budget. So naturally these things occur. However, we soldier on under normal circumstances, and we, normally what allows us to produce well in this part of the project is a detailed specification of finishes. So we basically take every room and consider every finish from the top down to the bottom. So from what type of ceiling board is it going to be skimmed throughout? Is it going to have a bulkhead detail? Will there be a recessed light? Do we need to make provision for any blinds or curtain rails? And then once we know what the ceiling looks like, then we consider any cornice detail. Is it going to be a cornice? Is it going to be a shadow line? There are umpteen shapes, sizes and designs, so we need that specification. And then we work our way down to wall color and then floor finish, and then do that per room.
Yes.
And repeat, So you're obviously going to find a few things that are going to cross and be the same throughout, but that detail is imperative to making sure that you can execute the project efficiently and neatly.
This finishing process actually starts early in the building process, doesn't it? Because I have no doubt you have come across clients, they change their minds through an entire build a number of times.
Yes. So it is inevitable, it will happen, and to be completely honest, it is the right time to make changes, rather than finish everything and then go like, okay, let's move that plug, or shift the cupboard, So there's a lot of planning that goes into building. So when changes are made, yes, it does disrupt. But what I think a lot of people need to also know and understand is that when a change occurs, you have an effect on time and you have an effect on cost. So you'll never achieve the three statuses of time, cost and quality. You're always going to have to give up one of them to achieve at least two of them. So, and that's nowhere, more true than at this stage of the project.
Coming up on our Chapman Building segment next week, we'll be continuing with today's topic.
Ballito. I'm Tanya. I'm the lady from So It Seems, Benina in Ballito. You can find us in Richard Park, right across from the Hirsch. The new shop. It's 3 times bigger than the old shop. We have lots more fabric, a lot more haberdashery items. If you can't sew, I will teach you how to sew. I have an additional teacher that helps us sew, and we have a fabulous space upstairs. Looking for a Benina machine or a Bennett? I will sort you out with that one. In this little area, we do everything. We service the sewing machine, we service the overlocker. We fix it up for you. Within a week, you'll have it back. While you go through the pattern books, we have a coffee shop in-house called Buttonless Coffee. You can have a coffee or a snack to eat while you do your pattern searching, fabric searching, or sewing upstairs with us. See you soon!
At Austral Accounting, we are more than chocolate counters.
At Austral Accounting, we specialize in accounting,
taxation,
company secretarial services,
business advisory services, accounting cloud software,
full payroll administration to ensure full compliance.
And we service our clients in English, Afrikaans, and isiZulu.
Don't get caught with your hand in the chocolate jar when we can be your greatest asset.
Well, that's it, guys. That's a wrap. Thank you to every guest and viewer that made the show possible. Make sure to stay tuned for the music video showcasing Vincent Gordon. We'll see you again on Friday morning at 6 a.m.
Sy kan nie sing nie, sy kan nie dans nie. Dit maak nie saak nie, want sy stap soos Karleen. Sy kan nie kook nie, en nie bestuur nie. Dis okay, want ek weet sy stap soos Karleen. Sy sal vir jou hypnotiseer, dit is buite jou beheer. Sy's 'n hartvanger, ek kry jou jammer, want jy gaan jouself nie kan keer.
Sy stap soos Karleen.
Sy praat nie Spaans nie, dalk ook nie Frans nie. Dit maak nie saak nie, want sy stap soos Karleen. Sy kan nie act nie, 'n model ja. Dis okay, want ek weet sy stap soos Karleen. Sy sal vir jou hypnotiseer, dit is buite jou beheer. Sy's 'n hartvanger, ek kry jou jammer, want jy gaan jouself nie kan keer.
Sy stap soos Karleen.
Waar gaan ons 'n ster kry? Tussen sterre. Tussen sterre. Tussen sterre.
Dit maak nie saak nie, sy kan nie dans nie. Sy praat nie Spaans nie, dit maak nie saak nie, want sy stap soos Karleen. nie saak nie, want sy stap soos Karleen.
Ek kan stap soos Karleen. Ek kan stap soos Karleen. Bling bling, Karleen.